Hey, today on Penny's Hot Rods and Customs, we degrease the transmission and engine. See, it's all nice and greasy. We've already pressure washed a little bit with our cheap Canadian Tire pressure washer. And of course, for all you just joining us, this engine's going in this 69 Fury. It's the first car wash in a while. Exciting. And I just some parts came in. I've got a whole complete gasket set for here. I've got a brand new rear tranny mount. There's the old one is quite crusty. And I've got, since I'm new to big block Mopars, I found out that we need different motor mounts, so I went and purchased from 440 Source a couple motor mounts, so we're good to go.
Back in business.
Back in business. And we're going to be doing some extra cleaning with Easy Off oven cleaner. It's not the cheap stuff, but
Do we spray that on now or after?
get as most as you can off. And this stuff works. Well, actually, I found out the no-name brand works better than the brand name stuff. So we couldn't find the no-name stuff, so we're going with this. It works better than a degreaser, degunker, anything like that. It's a little bit more toxic, so that's why Derek's wearing some goggles.
Don't put it on paint.
Yeah.
It will take paint.
Yeah. And supposedly it tarnishes the aluminum, but who gives a shit?
I'm not worried in this one.
I'm not polishing that thing.
No.
I might be in the line of fire. Ah! Doing pretty good. So enough of that. Fantastic grill, isn't it? All relatively nicely clean, or clean enough. Not worried about the intake that's coming off, which is coming off right now. This came out nice. That's all staying on. We are going to pull the heads off because a couple of the valves do stick. And I got a new gasket kit, so it's new valve seals.
I know what I'm doing every weekend.
Yep. And we've got a 4-barrel intake for it, factory. That's going to be going on. Going to be painting it same blue or aqua. I'm not sure what the appropriate Mopar nomenclature it is.
Good enough what you need for that.
Yep. It looks like it's been painted. Oh, that's the original. Then that is a little bit more blue on the oil pan, so probably had a touch-up at one point.
I lift it or do I need a bar?
You got that? There's that little pry bar I had. That red one.
Got it.
Yep.
Too big.
Voila, more grease.
That's like a garbage.
Yeah, that's a boat anchor of an intake.
I don't want it.
Oh, free for the next 2 days.
3/8 or 7/16?
Half 7/16. Not sure what that bracket's for. Funny little thing.
Kind of overkill for 5/16 bolt. For a 3/18 ratchet. 3/4. Oops.
A little bit of moisture has gotten in.
Yeah, I think that happened when it was at Donnie's.
Yeah.
I've never had luck pulling motors out and let them sit in my yard. I always had some mouse beat me somewhere.
Mm-hmm. But we did turn this over, so it's not seized.
Yeah. It was over. Did you take the other one off?
Yep, the other one's
Okay.
right there.
This is what you got new.
Yep, I've got a brand new one of those.
It looks very nice.
Yeah, got a little water in there, but that's fine.
The cam looks nice. We just gotta, yeah, it's fine. I'm happy.
Mm-hmm.
We'll clean that water up a bit.
Yep.
So which side do your
Head bolts.
head bolt? 5/8 or 11/16?
Go for 5/8. I'm probably wrong.
Yeah, that's me. 11/16.
Okay, we'll pull those off and the easy way. No bolts are broken yet. Exactly.
No, I'm surprised.
So that's good.
A good sign.
Yeah. Hey, rocker shaft, push rods are out, heads coming off.
Oh,
Yeah, that one's had some.
yeah, with a little bit of water, but I don't think it's that. It's not that bad. We'll clean that up.
Yep.
But that's why I'm not a big fan of it when an engine kinda a little bit just stuck, you know, it turned over. And I don't like to turn it over because there's a little bit of rust, so put scratches in. You're better off spending time take the heads off of it and then clean it. And
Yep.
for what you're doing, I think this engine will just be fine.
Yeah.
I'll have to get the air gun out here and blow that out there.
Yeah. And wipe it down with some oil.
But not terrible.
No.
Still should get another 100,000 miles out of it.
Yep. I guess alternator has to come off.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
Which side is it?
9/16, I'm guessing. So pull that side off. See how that side is. Betting it's identical. That's what I'm getting. Okay, so we've got both heads off. These back two cylinders were roughly the same as these two, so we just cleaned them up with one of these Scotch-Brite. Got the engine turning over fine. This piston was a little seized, so we had to give it a little tap, and then it got going. So we cleaned out most of the rust, we got oiled it out, but the thing is we found out that if you grab this piston, it doesn't rock. If you grab the front four, you can rock it a little bit. Same with all the back, so the piston rings are. So I'm gonna lift it up, pull the pan off. Back four pistons are coming out. Clean up the rings, and hopefully we don't break them, and put them back in, or we'll buy new rings. One of the two. Stay tuned. Okay, it's day 2 of tearing apart the, or half-assedly tearing apart the. So what we had to do, as you can see, there's a piston missing. Because remember I was saying Derek could shake them? Well, that's the reason why. It's full of rusty gunk, and they're seized in there. We've already taken out that one and the 2 on the other side and cleaned them up and got them all moving and all working perfectly and put back in. This is the last one. This is the worst one. So Derek just keeps on spraying, tapping, a little bit of prying, not enough to attempt to break them, but this one's the worst of the 4. Motorcycle gang driving by, but that's what when you get a little bit of moisture in there, it looked like at least in the back, some moisture got in the back of the back barrels of the carburetor, or the way the motor was sitting, the water flowed that way, so it got a little moisture. Nothing in the front, so that's good. It's just the back 4, and that one's the worst. Yeah. So Derek's gonna work on that. That's one reason, I guess, a lot of the because if we would have left that in there and ran, it wouldn't have sealed. It would have just no compression, not much compression, and yeah, start
nothing but problems.
Yeah, nothing but problems. Exactly. You probably break the rings possibly, and it would probably leak, burn a lot of oil.
Yeah.
The crank is perfect.
Yeah.
The rod bearings are they're okay. They're gonna work. But yeah, we're doing it somewhat half-assed, but we're better than not half-assed customs, but we're better than doing it halfway, I should say.
Budget.
Yeah. Some people wouldn't do this. They just get stuck engines. Oh, they just get them moving, and then they go out and drive. Well,
and they wonder why they have no power.
Yeah.
Or it smokes. Or
Yep.
This is the worst one.
Or it dies.
Yeah.
Later on. So.
This is why I always have problems by used engines when they sit for a long period of time.
Yeah.
Have problems.
And Derek made the point, well, this is from it's basically a motorhome. It was a van, a stock conversion van. So it's basically a motorhome. And with those things, you use them in the summertime, and they sit all winter. And parts of the bearings get worn out if they sit like that. And dry startups in the springtime. So yeah, Derek will work on there, and I've already got the oil pickup tube off, and I got a intake in a bag. I think that's the intake. Yep, that's the intake. And there's a automobile car oil pan in a bag, and an oil pickup tube, so I got that. So yeah, doing things right but cheap. There you go. Who says pressure washers are for household use only? Gonna professionally clean. You see, I think we gotta replace our pressure washer.
It's leaking everywhere.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Oh well, we'll do what we can. So I do plan on painting all that.
I don't remember it leaking there. Did that just happen?
That just happened. You saw it here first, folks.
It's not making sense to me. Oh.
There we go. Now we got pressure.
Oh.
Sprung a leak. Fabulous boat. Yeah. Plans are still the same, doing as cheap as humanly possible. Another transmission. And as you can see, the floor is the trunk floor is non-existent. But the good news is I ripped up part of the carpet and looked underneath, jacked it up and looked underneath. The rest of the floor is great shape. So originally I was going to buy a trunk pan, but by the time I get it up here, it's like 800 bucks or more plus shipping, and that's converted to Canadian. So nope, we're just gonna make our own trunk floor, make our own quarters, make our own patch panel there. Do what we do best. Make stuff our own, use what we have. That's why we're using this defective pressure washer.
We need some oven cleaner. Some pretty heavy stuff down there.
Some easy off oven cleaner?
Yeah, look at that stuff down there.
Oh yeah.
I don't know what happened.
Maybe we'll get some oven cleaner and get back to here. Alright, we're gonna call it quits on today on this and end this video. So we got, it's pretty much all cleaned up for what I'm gonna use this for. We couldn't get the piston rings of this last cylinder freed up, so it's soaking in solvent right now. So we're gonna let it soak for a few days, and hopefully that'll take care of it. Got the car, Derek put the car oil pickup tube on there, so that's done. I'm not disturbing any of this, it's staying, because once I take things apart, I replace parts. So
Cha-ching!
if I pull that off, well, the timing chain's getting replaced. So, and then, well, if I'm gonna do the timing chain, well, might as well pull the cam out and lifters, push rods. So no, we've gone through that before, saying, yeah, we're gonna do this cheaply, and oh well, we'll just take it apart and re-gasket it, but never happens. We end up finding problems, and there's enough little issues with this engine, but it should last me a couple years. That's all it needs to do. It's not no race car, so
Get the ball in motion here.
yeah. So we got all this pressure washed, as clean as it's going to be, and probably ever going to be. I've decided, actually, in the last 5 minutes, I'm not going to paint this. I'm going to leave it. It looks decent, because that's just more time, more pain in the ass, because if I'm going to paint this, all that comes off. I'm not going to do anything, well, I do things half-assed, but that way, yeah,
We're just going to paint the car and
Yeah.
just overlap the paint a little bit over.
Yeah.
Good enough.
And yeah.
It doesn't look bad anyway.
No.
So what we're doing, this car can live outside.
Yeah. Like this may get a little spray bomb or something and clean just over the rust, but that's about it. But yeah, it's a work in progress. It's gonna take a little while, but I've got new motor mounts for here, new tranny mount. I got a whole new gasket kit. Once that's done, I'm gonna dive into the brakes. Once that's done, basically get it up and moving back and forth, find a drive shaft, get it moving back and forth so we can actually move it around, and then start with the bodywork. There's quite a bit of rust since it's a vinyl roof, as I've shown in different videos. It's got issues all the way around. So front window, back window is gonna have to come out, fix all that. The interior is pretty iffy. So if I can't find decent seats to replace it, I'll probably end up just getting a seat cover and putting it over for now until I can locate some nice seats. Getting them reupholstered, not in the budget. At least not for this car and not right now. But yeah, I think we'll end it here. So thanks for watching. Comment, subscribe, all that stuff, and tell me what you think of the old Fury. The low buck, cheap, or I think Corey called it cheap ass Fury. So that's so we'll get on. We'll be back and forth between this and the Model A once Ryan gets some parts for that. So thanks for watching, and see you on the next one.